We know the saying, necessity is the mother of invention, and that rings true for a company we're about to introduce you to.
Rob Tuck and Terry Miller are here to talk about Wright Filippis, which provides home health care products and services across Michigan.
So why don't we just start with explaining, what do you do?
Yeah, well, a little bit about our company here.
Yeah.
Wright Filippis is a family-owned, Michigan-based company, and we were formed back in 1944, so about 68 years ago. So we've been around a long time. And since then, we've been the state's leader in providing services for various medical supplies, including prosthetics, orthotics, durable medical equipment, your wheelchairs, hospital beds, oxygen, respiratory care, diabetic supplies and services, and all kinds of other various medical supplies.
Very crucial things. Right?
Yes. Yes.
Well, how this all came together, you have an incredible story that I think really talks about, you know, what a great need that we have in this community for something like this.
The founders of our company were Carl Wright and Tony Filippis, thus the name, Wright and Filippis. Tony Filippis, he grew up over in Detroit area, and when he was 12 years old, he hopped on a train with some neighborhood friends to go to some swimming hole over there, and the train jerked, and Tony fell off the train, but he was able to grab onto the coupling and hold on, but his leg slapped against the train tracks, and he ended up mangling both so badly that he had to have both amputated below his legs. And when he was older and needed to go out and find employment, he had difficulty maintaining a job. As soon as the various companies that hired him found out he had artificial limbs, they labeled him a cripple and they let him go. And they could do that back in the day. And the gentleman that made Tony Filippis' limbs for him was named Carl Wright. And Tony took his woes, his employment woes, to Carl. And Carl ended up hiring Tony as an apprentice, and they worked together for about a decade and then formed Wright Filippis back in 1944. So we started out with one small office over in Detroit area, and we have grown to close to 40 locations. We cover the entire state of Michigan, including the Upper Peninsula. We have 2 locations here in Grand Rapids. We've been here now for 8 years and started out with just 5 employees. Rob and I were 2 of those 5, and we've grown now to 28 employees.
Wow. That's an awesome story. And it's interesting because Tony's story is really something that I think a lot of people can relate to. You mentioned some of the difficulties that he had in his own life, but there are even more for people, barriers to homes and you guys hear the stories all the time.
Well, yeah, some of the things that make us unique, you know, as a company would be that, you know, Tony knew firsthand the challenges that face those with disabilities every day, and he developed this passion for helping those in need, and that continues to drive the force behind our company to this day. And we continue to do everything we can to live up to our motto, first to serve, first to care. And 30 years ago, actually, Tony formed the Filippis Foundation, and giving back to the community, which is a huge part of our company. American Lung Association, the Metro Health Breathing Unit, Pause with a Cause are just a few of the local area charities that have benefited from the Filippis Foundation.
So people can basically come in to your now many locations and really learn about some of the technology and some of the options that are out there?
Yes, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you think a lot of people are surprised when they go and they see, oh my goodness, you know, this is what is cutting edge, and this is something that maybe wasn't available, you know, 10 years ago?
Yes, the technology continues to change, especially in advancements in prosthetics, orthotic technology, respiratory care. The equipment gets smaller, it gets, you know, we get better outcomes faster. We're able to treat people with less stuff in their home, and constantly trying to optimize the way we care for individuals.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So we did put your contact information up. We're going to put it on our website as well. And so we look forward to talking to you again and learning a little bit more about what you're doing.
We're coming back for a few more visits.
Yes.
Yes,
it's amazing. It's a great story, especially that you're family owned, you're here in Michigan, and it's intriguing.
Yes.
Thank you so much for all that you do. You're really making a huge difference.
Why, thank you. Yeah, we had some great people to follow.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, no doubt. Thank you.
We'll be right back.